In this video, I'm going to tell you how to become a successful professional videographer. This is huge. Hello. YouTube. Okay. What do you think of setup? Kind of eat this thing. All right. Let me know what you think of the new setup in the comments below, please. I'm trying to figure out how many different ways I can arrange the camera and the lighting and such to shoot this room to make it look interesting. I like this one so far. This is good. And I knew I had to change it because we had a guest this week. So, backtrack. I have a script over there. For the first time, I'm gonna shoot this in real time. We're upgrading. Official script. There's a lot I want to talk about. I'm amped, people. Whoa. I'm caffeinated. I'm amped up. I'm excited. Thank you to everyone that's been commenting on the videos, that's been subscribing to the channel, that have been talking to me on threads. This year is off to a really strong start, and I am stoked. There's a lot of things I want to talk about this week because there's a lot on my mind. There's a lot that's been happening. Like freelance work has been coming in and different opportunities have been popping up, and I actually just had a job interview. I think I talked about this in last week's vlog, but I just had a second round job interview. That's why I'm dressed up.
Ted, suit up!
And I think it went really well. I think it went really, really well. So I just got back home from that, and I have to sit down and record this thing and talk about all the stuff that's been happening this week. So before I go any deeper, here's one of the highlights. I'm gonna shoot the intro to this right now too, before I talk about our guest. In this video, I'm gonna tell you how to become a successful professional videographer. Sure, that might work. I think it was a good take. Okay, but before we get into that, I am gonna do that. Stay to the end. I have a moment that I wanna highlight. And if you don't wanna bother with watching the art that's about to unfold on the screen, then go ahead and skip to the end and I'll start talking about what it means to become a professional, how you become a successful producer, cinematographer, videographer in today's day and age. Sorry, I'm still sick. That's gonna happen, I promise. But before we get into that, I want to talk about our guest. So since I've been in Baltimore, I've met some really, really, really cool people. However, there's one guy that really stands out. He and I have become pretty close over the last year or so. His name is Kaleb, and he is Fuchsia Casual Music. And this week, we finally found some time to sit down and turn on the camera and record a really rare acoustic session from Kaleb. He picked up the Breed Love, which you saw in the last video, and just started riffing. And it was a joy to film. It was a joy to watch and be a part of. We're both really excited to do more of it in the coming months. And one really, really exciting piece is he was actually in the process of working on a new song called Cerulean. He actually wrote the majority of it the morning we shot this. So not only is this the first time it was ever really recorded, but it wasn't even a finished song yet, and now it is. So what you're about to see is the first iteration of that song, and then you'll hear some other riffing as I go through the rest of the video. But I'm gonna show you a piece of that, and then we're gonna move in to what it means to be a professional, and how you get there, and how I got there, what my story was, and I think it bears a lot of similarities to other creatives in this field. And I wanna give a huge shout out to the inspiration for this video, actually. There was someone who left a comment on the week 1 vlog that I titled My Life as a Professional Cinematographer. And they said something along the lines of, wow, if this is what it takes to be a pro ... today. You know, take that for what it is. I just want to say thank you to that person because it really got me thinking about what my journeys looked like, what my story really has entailed, how I went from point A to where I am right now, and it prompted a lot within me. So that's what I'm going to talk about right after Kaleb. And yeah, intro, Fuchsia Casual. Be sure to follow him on Instagram, and I'll plug this again, but the full studio sesh will also be up on YouTube. I'm going to cut that this week. But yeah, for your enjoyment, here's a little bit of just stunning acoustic guitar. Yeah, here's Kaleb.
You got a pick in here?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I bet you I always have a pick somehow in my pocket, and it's always what I want. Oh, dude.
Damn it.
There it is.
Yeah, you did.
Isn't that crazy? Like, I just knew it was going to be in there. And I probably washed these jeans, too. It's so weird. I haven't played an acoustic guitar in so long.
I'm surprised you don't own one.
Acoustic guitars are nice. I love them. I just made that riff this morning,
It was pretty.
so it was a little thing. But the one that I have been working on is that. I feel like this note's a little off. Oops, I forgot the rest of it. And then it goes. It's so weird. Once I get down here, I've got like the thicker body. I'm used to my Strat where I'm
Yeah.
like coming down really low. I'll figure it out. Can I try that one?
Gorgeous, right? I can't even tell you how stunned I was when he sat down and started playing that. Again, very much looking forward to the next studio session where we're going to be recording the final version of that song. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for the full studio session. And again, follow Fuchsia Casual Music for more. He's a very, very talented man, and I'm happy to know him. Now, to the script. Script over there. How to be successful. How to be successful as a photographer, as a media producer, as a creator of art. There's a lot of different directions I could go with this advice piece, and it's something that I spend every day thinking about, really. Like, what is the next step? How do I, on this given day, like, get closer to my goal, or get closer to this year's goal, my ultimate goal? But I'm going to boil it down to this. And again, thanks to my friend in the comments for not only stimulating this thought, but also stimulating the YouTube algorithm. Appreciate you so much. Comments and engagement are always great. And I'm going to answer this really quickly. Here's what it takes to become a professional. And please take this to heart. Make a profit. That's when you're a professional. In that moment, for the first time, you from then on are considered a professional by definition. And as I was thinking about this, I felt like there had been a really good demonstration of what this meant in a piece of media that I'd seen at some point. And then I started doing a YouTube search and I found it. So here's the clip that I think demonstrates this really, really well. Cue Breaking Bad.
First things first, you're gonna put $1 in my pocket. I mean it, make it official. Okay, you're now both officially represented by Saul Goodman and...
So if you haven't seen Breaking Bad, first of all, I would recommend watching the entire thing front to back. Also, Better Call Saul. It's a cinematic masterpiece, to say the least. What I think this scene does exceptionally well is just demonstrates that that's it. It takes $1. It takes any amount of money to enter into a professional agreement. You know, from that point on, you're a pro. Doesn't matter what anyone else says. You've done what it takes. And now you just get to hone it. The rest of your career, to set up your goals, to identify the path you want to walk, and go make the things that you want to make. And I'm going to talk about how I pulled that off. So for me, my first job as a video producer was at a summer leadership camp. And I took that paycheck for like 2 weeks of work. I think it was like, $400, or essentially a stipend. And I sunk all of that, and I think $20 cash from my own money, into this. And it still works. I still use it. I'm going to talk about it a lot. I have a whole video already shot that's dedicated to it. I'm going to make more because it's the best investment I've ever made. And it was this moment when I became a professional. And, I wish I could say right now that there's like some magic formula, or here's the one thing that you need to do and then you're set for life. I wish I could say that right now, but it's not the case. And before you click away, I'm not trying to sell you a dream. And I can guarantee that, because while it has been hard, this journey over the past 10 years has been remarkable, and it compounds. Because in the months, weeks, and year following my purchase of this camera, I was watching videos and looking up articles and basically asking the internet, how do I pull this off? How do I actually become a pro, build a successful career, build a client base, build a kit? And this is the answer that I found. And it's the same answer I'm going to give you. And this is on the script. You do that first job. You get that first camera. You make sure that that client is over the moon, happy with your service, with the product, with the art you made. And then you press save. And now you have a camera. And then maybe the following week, that person or that business says, hey, I have this other idea. And you do that job. And then they want more work from you. And then you make sure that they're happy again. And then the following week or the following month, that person goes to their friends or their network, because now they know, they've been reassured that you're reliable, that you're talented, that you've got this, and you can deliver something unique and beautiful. They start engaging in their network. And before you know it, 2 of them come back and they say, hey, I've got this idea. What can you do? And you do those jobs. And with that paycheck, before you know it, instead of just a camera, maybe you go out and invest in a used audio recorder, like an H4n. I think I bought this 9 years ago, used. And you take this on to your next job. And instead of the on-camera audio, you're recording hi-fi audio. And now you can approach your new clients with voiceover work or studio grade sound quality. And then from there, you keep building and you keep growing. You keep growing your kit. You keep growing your skill set. And before you know it, that turns into this. And this turns into this. And you keep evolving. I won't lie, it does take time. And it's not easy. But if you're dedicated and you're driven and you're passionate about it, and every day you wake up and you ask yourself, what's the next step? I have this job coming up in, a week or a month. How am I going to approach it? What risks am I going to take? What tools am I going to use that I know are going to deliver the quality that I need? And then what areas am I going to try to grow this time? And then after that, how am I going to reinvest part of that into this operation, into bettering myself, into growing my portfolio? And that's how you become successful. That's how you become a professional. I'm going to kind of put this comment on blast, but again, it prompted this video and this dialogue. So again, thank you. This is a really exciting one. And it comes at a really good time because this week has been so full. It started with a studio session with Kaleb, which was a great way to start. And throughout the week, I've also had 2 different interviews. And the reason, I'll back up a little, because the reason I wanted to talk about this so much is because of what this has done for me in my life. Going from a point of not being a professional by definition to fast forward now a decade later, my camera paid for my college. It took me to grad school. It has taken me to different continents and given me experiences and a worldview that I don't think I could have attained in any other way. I just can't imagine what my life would look like if I hadn't started down that path. So I say all of this just to impart a little bit of wisdom, hopefully inspire some drive and some confidence and some hope in you. I hope you believe in yourself because you can do it. And it doesn't matter if you're trying to be a media creator or a filmmaker or anything like that. If you're trying to be a musician, if you're trying to be a painter, an artist of any kind, do anything that really does inspire you and gets you out of bed in the morning, gets you thinking and excited and scared. You can do it. Because if you're already thinking about it, you're already identifying the pathway and you're already identifying your vision. So I hope you can trust it because it can take you places. It really can. So that's probably it for this week. The big topic here is just being a pro. It takes $1. It takes one time. And you get that title forever. One job, one project, one video, one client, and you're a pro for life. No matter what anyone else says, you did that. So trust that process. That's my big piece of wisdom for this week. That's what's at the top of my mind. I am so excited. Again, I'm going to wrap with check out Fuchsia Casual music, first of all. Check out Kaleb's work. It's insanely talented. I'm so looking forward to our collaborations in the future. And thank you to you for getting this far in the video, for watching. Thank you for subscribing, liking the content, keeping up with the weekly vlogs. They're going to keep coming, I promise, because I'm having a lot of fun. This is incredibly rewarding. I'm so happy I started, and I think I posted this on Threads. So to quote one of my recent posts, like, you're always going to wish that you'd started earlier. So why not start right now? So that's about enough waxing from me. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed Kaleb's music. please like and subscribe. Send this to someone who you think might want to see it. And I'll see you in the next one, or you'll see me, and I'll talk to you in the comments, and I'll look at your stuff because I want to see your work, because you're talented, you're skilled, and you deserve good things. Coming to you live. Video out.
Cerulean is the color of my calm, and it takes a hold when I'm not feeling that strong. And it takes its time and holds it off and makes me cry. And it takes its time and holds it off, and it drives me wild. That's the song I'm working on. I don't have it done. It's the only lyrics I got.
Didn't expect that. It was nice.
Thank you.